Johnny Street, yeah. The Prince is here, y'all. Shut-down, Holy City, go. Let's get it in. Free money. GB, what up, Buck? Body, we'll kill, what up? I'm back on business. My phone on the description is splendid. Straight nigga in the land. Look how I'm doing these bitches. Some of my bitches, strings is here. Leaf in the peace pipe. You know it's on me, right? Appetizer beer, bubble up when the water hit it. Face disappear from a 40 with shorty spit it. Scalp that player definition what I am. Cause I G-Bear, I call like yeah. Yes, I'm rock star, breaking her, not there. Sweet cheese, car, look, mama, I'm a player. And yes, I'm a player. Get paid, never player. Him play, him get shot. I told you him a layer. Hey, I need my...
Yo, welcome to Let's Talk About It Shy. This is your boy, the Black Kelly Samurai in the building, man. We got the ones and twos, and to the screen next to me, you got my guest. I ain't gonna say it till football season until I get proof otherwise, but we got out west, Corey CL Crockett.
Make Chicago great again.
I hear you on that one, man. Hey, we streaming live across Facebook and YouTube as we speak, man. So be sure to hit that click and subscribe, man. Join in with the show, man. Matter of fact, I'm finna do a little something. I'm going to end up in the comment section, man, so we can kind of like whoever peeps this show out across the way, they can hit the link in the comment section, man. I'll come in, let them on the show,
like,
man.
Subscribe, share, subscribe, share.
Absolutely, man. So what you got going on today, man?
Here to get a haircut on the live with you, and then I'm getting up with Tim Young, aka Mr. Northwest, for the Big Ten tournament at the UC. How about yourself?
Hey, man, been working on shows today. You know, I'm doing a 2-for-1 special today, man. I got today's show, and I got today's sports show today, right now, that we're doing live right now. And later on at 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, man, we got the live and direct show coming later tonight, man. Gonna be probably one of my better shows that I've ever done. So be sure to tune in and, if possible, participate. You know. So here's what. Matter of fact, I got the link up in the comment section on YouTube. So be sure to go in there, check it out, do what you need to do, right? So. Man, we gonna kind of bag out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's been a great thing. We're gonna start off with the NBA because I am a big believer in saving the best for last, being a football guy, and it's subjective when we say that. But as of right now, man, we on the NBA ticker, man. We on the NBA ticker right now.
Bam.
So oh man, I had a question. We had Bam. He went off. He had considerably an all-time great game. One of my questions was, because it was a lot of NBA stuff going on last night. I wanted to get your input on two things from last night. Which one was more impressive? Bam's big game or the Celtics Spurs clash? And I wanted to get your input on that real quick.
I would say the game where Bam scored 83. Let alone, only reason I'm saying this is because how hard it is to even make it to the NBA, number one. But to score 83 points in the NBA game, can't take nothing away from him. He was getting buckets. And but what's crazy is he went to the line 42 times or something like that.
Okay.
Me personally, I don't think we got the full game that we want to see with the Spurs and the Celtics due to Brown getting ejected on that BS. Straight BS at that. Hopefully we can be. I don't know if they played twice against each other already. If they didn't, hopefully all the players are playing. So
Mhm.
yeah, I like what Bam did, man. 83 points. But does that go towards how soft the league is, or how garbage the Wizards are? That's my take on it.
Okay. One of the things that I was thinking about too was Bam definitely had an all-time great game, right? I think who did they face?
Washington Wizards.
Washington. And that's about, to me, it's like that's sort of kind of a bottom feeder team, so it's kind of hard for me to gauge that dynamic, when it came to them. But I would say, like you said, Jaylen Brown getting ejected early in that game against the Spurs was some straight BS. You know what I'm saying? And I think we was kind of robbed as a fan and as a viewer of like a preview of the NBA Finals because the Spurs against the top teams with the top records, OKC, the Pistons, and Boston are like 8-1. And so it's like the better the competition, the more they raise their game up. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we were kind of robbed as fans when they kicked Jaylen Brown out because when you have games like that, you really want to see where you set at, how much more you need to kick in.
Best of the best.
You can max up, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's going for a championship, you know what I'm saying? So, but I have to say Bam's big game if you had to put my feet, because I mean he had what was that? 40. I think he played 42 minutes. So
I think he could have went for 90. To be honest with you,
he probably could have went for 90. And it's gonna bring me to my next question after a while. But my next, because I'm like, he got off, like you said, he went to the free throw line like 40 something times. But it's like it seemed like he had the all-time green light. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of hard to measure. But hey, games like that, great games that players have like that, man, cannot go unnoticed because it's not easy at the NBA level.
At all.
Yeah, so
I enjoyed all the highlights. I didn't see the whole game. He was getting bucket out the bucket. They kept fouling him. I mean,
exactly.
He was on, man, he missed like 17 shots.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely did. He definitely did. You know what I'm saying? Can't hold that against him, right? But at the same time, you know what? And I'm glad we kind of brought that up because now, in bringing that part up, I have another question. Because we're not going to stay on the NBA too long because we got more and bigger news on the other end. You know what I'm saying? From the game inside to outside. You know what I'm saying? But here's my next question: where does Bam's great game rank all time?
Second behind Will
Chamberlain. I mean, for those of us who might be alive to remember Wilt's 100, which you didn't have the media coverage and stuff like that. If you wasn't there, you did. Most people like, if I wasn't there, didn't see it, it didn't happen. In today's time, you had the Kobe's 81, you got the Bam 83, you got the Bookers, you got the Devin Booker 73, you got the MJ 69, you got the MJ 63. I mean, where does Bam's great game rank him all time?
He's up there, but if we going by most impressive, most points scored, I would have to say Jordan, because Jordan did that in the playoff game, even though they lost. I would say Kobe.
Okay.
Kobe did that in the regular season game, and they needed every bucket because they were losing. They were losing. We seen Booker, Durant, all them guys do it, but like I said, we can't say what Will didn't do because we didn't see the footage. But at the same time, 100 is 100.
Yeah, can't argue that.
Bam had 83 in the NBA in a different time. We talking about 2026. We thought we probably would never see that again. Man, LeBron James never even done this.
Right.
Jordan never even done this in a regular season game. Mike only scored 69 in the regular season game, and he scored 63 in the playoff game.
Okay.
And I think that was like game 3, if I'm not mistaken. So if I had to go most impressive, I still can't take away from Will. You know, I didn't see it, but still to get 100 points, and that record hasn't even been, well, this is the closest it's been now. Second would be Jordan, Kobe would be third. I think Bam would be fourth on my list.
Okay. If I had to rank them myself, just because when you start talking all-time great performances, man, that's a whole nother stage. That's a whole nother level, right? And everything comes into consideration at this point. So I would say number one, like much like you said earlier, 100 points is 100 points. So I got to give it to Wilt. That's the top game of all time, right? Right behind that, I got the Jordan 63-point game against Boston. Playoff game, you going against a team with 5-6 Hall of Famers. Sound familiar? But anyway, that was basically his rookie. That was basically still like time-wise, it's still his rookie year because you remember he played all his rookie year. He played like 10 games his sophomore year towards the end and went right to the playoffs when he did it. So he still was under rookie time. After that, I gotta put the Jordan 69-point game up there. I am going to put, believe it or not, there was a game, I want to say it was either Olajuwon or David Robinson. They recorded a quadruple double.
David Robinson had 70 in the game.
He had 70 in the game. But even before, I discount that. I don't credit that because they played the Clippers, and it was already said via Dominique on another podcast that he set a lot of good players because it was like we can't let another Eastern Conference player take home the scoring trophy. So they had him stand down because Shaq didn't have a Shaq in that last game. It was between Shaq and David Robinson. They went to that last game. I want to say this was like 94, 95. Okay. One of those 2 years. And basically, they stood down and just let David Robinson go off so he could win the scoring title. So that was kind of a conceivement. But I got to put Kobe's 81 up there. Now, before the quadruple double, I got to put Kobe's 81 up there. Matter of fact, I got to put Kobe's 81-point game ahead of Jordan's 69-point game. For the simple fact, Kobe did 81 points in 3 quarters. He basically set the 4th quarter. So if he wanted to go for 100, he could have went for the 100. But I got to put Bam's about 5, maybe 6 all-time game.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I think that's real context, baby. Keep things in this context, baby. You know what I'm saying? So
he was balling though. I can't take that away from the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And you gotta excuse me, man, because I'm like trying to get other people to kind of hit the link, come on in, because I know I sent quite a few of them out, man. But I'm like, hey, I'm on the time constraints right now. We got to get this news out. So with that being said, man, look, you already know, got to transition. We got a hell of a frenzy going on in the NFL right now. I don't know what we're going to do, brother.
Why you say that?
I don't know what we're going to do, brother. This is crazy, man. The stuff that's going on here is just
let's get
crazy.
to it.
All right, so we got the NFL. Like I said, we got the NFL ticker here going on right now, man. And so one of the things I want to bring up is what's your thoughts about the free agency so far?
Regarding who, the Bears or just in general?
Let's go with the Bears. Like, what's your overall thoughts with the movement in the NFL right now?
Far as
we're going league wide right
okay.
now. detail a
I'll,
little bit
I'll
later.
start off with the Ravens. By them backing out that Max Crosby deal, I think
Mm-hmm.
it was smart because I didn't think they was worth giving up 2 first-round picks. But then again, I understood because they going for a championship. But they also lost picks. They lost guys. Likely he went to the Jets. I forgot other players where they went to. Lamar Jackson is pretty much on his short string right now on getting to the Super Bowl. I mean, he had multiple years to get here, especially the past 4 years. It's just always been,
Yeah.
especially the last 3 years, it's just been something devastating that always happened. And I can't put it off on Lamar. As far as the Bears, Poe's cooking. Poe's is cooking. Um, I hate to see Bayer go, but I knew either him or Briscoe, they time was on the clock of not coming back to the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
I like the kid we got from Cleveland, the linebacker, number 30.
Devin
What is his
Bush.
name?
Devin
Who?
Bush. Devin Bush.
Bush. He is
Mm-hmm.
stud. Also, I like the kid we just picked up from Detroit.
Okay.
He in the return game, he can be like the fourth, maybe fifth receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I like the defensive. One of the other defensive players we just got. I think it was a defensive tackle. He's a rotating guy.
Is
We
it
got some
Street? Was it Street or
I forgot we just picked up
Granville?
Latavius from the Falcons. We just picked up Latavius, another rotate guy. Somebody that's going to compete.
Latavius.
I forgot his last name. Latavius something
I'll figure it out.
from the Falcons.
That must have happened today then.
Yeah, happened a little earlier. Who else? Just overall, I like what Poe's been doing. Poe's been working. Like he getting guys that's going to be competing in
Mhm.
training camp for a position. Now, I can't wait to see what we do in the draft. But for free agency, Poe's right now, he's like at a B minus C plus. He's
Okay.
gaining my trust a little more. I think we're in a good position. We're in a good position. If we do go out to Crosby, cool. But I think his stock drop. If anything, people gonna be looking to throw maybe second round picks at him because it's physical. I mean, it's nationwide news. If we can get a steal with getting Crosby, we're giving up less picks or less not first round, maybe second round. I'm with it. If not, he just gonna have to stay his ass in Las Vegas and we build through the draft and go from there.
Okay. All right. Another thing. League wide, I think everybody's in scramble mode to try to improve their team. I think the winners right now has to be the Raiders, man. It's like they're trying to set up these pieces to keep this rookie head from getting beat in. You know what I'm saying? And I think the one-off is like they may not get, because think about it. You either going to get the 14th pick. Let me see. I want to make sure I got this right. You was either going to get the 14th pick from Baltimore or you get to keep Max Crosby if he wants to stay. I'm like, that's not a bad position to be in. So it's like right now, it's like they're looking like the winners of this free agency period. But I don't know how you keep Max Crosby at this time because you spent so much money and a lot of your capital in acquiring players and free agents and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of that stuff was at the expense of his own contract. So now you got to try to make the numbers work.
Plus, I don't think he want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, before we go any deeper, okay? Before we go any deeper into this, I want to address one thing before we go off into the free agency thing, because this part is going to impact us a whole lot, and I want to get your input. And is do you think the Bears was robbed?
I definitely do.
From
I definitely do.
Atlanta being, I'm gonna let you cook here for a second because I want to pull something up and be sure
Ain't there's really not much to cook
on
on.
the right.
If you said this is a part of the Rooney Rule, the man went over there to be the GM. He's the GM. Matt Ryan is not. Like, what's the problem? Right, Matt Ryan is the president. So why is this even a problem? We should be having a third round pick for this year, next year. That's what the rule says. The league dropped the ball on this, and going forward, it needs to be fixed. Hopefully, this inspired the front office to go harder on doing draft, doing free agency, and use this as motivation going into the season.
Okay. All right, Corey. So look, remember I said with the podcast here, right? We got a little something different going on, right? You do recall me saying that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So part of what we're doing on the show nowadays is we're pulling up certain things to clarify a lot of different things, right? So part of what's finna go on right now, and you have to give me a second to set this up. I don't know if you can see it, but I got the Rooney Rule up.
Definitely do. Can't read them with the last words, so you got to read them to me.
All right, so look, I got the Rooney Rule up. Okay, I had to Google it. Let me see. I want to go ahead. Rooney Rules established the purpose of the Rooney Rule. The rule was to create after the 2002 firings of head coaches Tony Dungy and Dennis Green, in which highlighted systemic barriers for minority coaches, despite strong performance records. Studies show Black coaches were statistically more successful, yet less likely to be hired or retained. The Rooney Rule aimed to ensure minority candidates receive meaningful interview opportunities for top leadership roles. Okay. So in the spirit of the law, interviews were conducted. Okay. It expanded to the front office rules. Okay. And I think this is one of the things that's going to come back because I had to kind of scroll down a little bit because they got compliances and penalties. Okay. But basically, if you hire anybody, I think the rule is relegated to strictly coaches. Okay. But right here it says the evolution and expansion. It says over the years, the rule has expanded to include coordinators and senior executive positions, women as part of the minority candidate definition, in-person interviews for external minority candidates, draft pick incentives for teams that develop minority talent who are later hired as head coaches or GMs. These changes aim to create long-term structure change rather than symbolic compliance. Are you here? Are you with me so far, Corey?
I am.
All right. And they went off, and there was always a big thing that when you get into a coaching hiring cycle, that you have to at least interview one minority candidate. Okay. Technically, you could go out here and interview a woman that has no football background just to say you comply with the rule. Okay. These are some of the loopholes that can be implemented just to say you comply with the Rooney Rule. All right. Are you following me so far?
Following.
All right. So I got to compliances and penalties. Teams that fail to comply can face fines or draft pick penalties through enforcement has been rare. The Lions were fined $250,000 in 2003 for not interviewing African-American candidates, but no draft picks were lost. Okay, so they're showing a rule, an exception to the rule, which I'm thinking the Bears are falling up under, in which the rule is complied. You hire away one of our minority front office people, but we haven't got the compensation. So I want to know what the penalty is going to be.
Okay.
Recent cases such as the Cleveland Browns potentially violated the rule due to candidate withdrawals illustrate the complexities of compliance. So although the rule is 23 years old, if my mouth is right, even
Okay.
even though it's 23 years old, there are still some gaping loopholes in here in terms of enforcing the rule. Okay,
Okay.
so that's why I want to pull that up in this particular stream, in this particular show, and illustrate, the differences within the rule and stuff that goes along with that. So, with all that being said, do you think that the McCaskies need to put on their big boy draws and drop their nuts and take this further legally to get your draft picks in the future?
I think so. I think so because not only did it hurt them possibly because I think the NFL already just voted against it. But this,
Uh-huh.
like you said, this we want to set it up for the future.
Exactly.
It can happen for them in the future. Not just their team, other teams. So, this got to be addressed, plain and simple. You want to make the NFL greater. You got to go obey by the rules that you set. And right now they're not applying by the rules, plain and
Not at
simple.
all. Not at
I
all.
think the Bears should have 2 picks. No other
And you
way to cut it.
and you want to know something else? We just read the rule, correct?
Yep.
Me and you just sat here and read it, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna make us. You ain't got your face up, so I'm gonna keep them I'm
No,
gonna keep
I
the
got.
pictures.
I was sending out a message.
Oh, I got you. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger because I want people to see us, see my facial expression when I say this
Be
shit.
sure they see the hat. Make Chicago great again.
All right, so hold on. Corey.
Don't mean I'm a Trump supporter.
Corey, we've been boys for a long time, right? We've been boys for a long time, right?
This is true.
We watched a lot of sports, and hang on. We got Mr. Big Ten,
Lacadocious.
Wildcat, the Tim Young in the building, looking like a sportscaster right now.
Can't nobody control me.
You know what I mean? I look like the person that be liking to play sex these days. You understand me? They call it, like AKA CEO. You feel me? But what's going on, fellas?
You got your Ryan Poles look going on right now, man.
Don't he, man?
What's his name from the Toronto Raptors that won the championship? I'm in my Wakanda Forever mode.
Hey, Lack, I know you just came on the show. Hey, Lack, I know you just popped on the show, and we I don't know if you've seen it before you popped on here, man. We just read out the Rooney Rule. Just showed the Rooney Rule. Just read it out, right? And I was talking about, I don't know if you can see the screen as we're going, but I was like, the Bears being robbed the compensatory picks, which requires 1/3 round draft pick this year given out by the league and one next year due to the Ian Cunningham being hired by the Atlanta Falcons as their GM. My question is, with the Bears being robbed, what are your thoughts on that?
Get back to you when I get back to you.
We still in America, so I'm not surprised that they reneged on something they agreed to. I'm not surprised at all. The NFL is a league, ran by the good old boys, but this country is a country where, you get promised something as minorities and then you don't get it. The Bears' job right now is to build on what they got. They got enough in their locker room. They're going to go into this draft, get some people to help them, and just focus on what you can control. And as a therapist, I always tell people it's external factors and internal factors. Internal factors are things that you can control. External factors are things you can't control. So the Bears going into this offseason focus on the internal factors, and hopefully the Bears will have enough to get to the Super Bowl and face the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Woo.
So
Lamar Jackson on his last leg, like.
Yeah, I mean, hey man.
He got more legs than one. He got more legs than one. He got a lot of legs.
They pulled a renigga move, man. What's up with Baltimore, man?
Boy from Cincinnati, so he just as good. He's just as good.
Yeah, he's like the second best defensive end in the league.
Yeah, but Hendrickson
And then
is
it's a
31. He
defensive
is 31.
draft. So if with
he's
him, boys, you should be good. You said it. Y'all talked. We talked about what 2 weeks ago. This is defensive draft.
Yeah. So hold on.
Oh,
Hendrickson is 3 years older. He's 31 years old, coming off a back injury. And Crosby is 28 years old, coming off a knee injury. So if you had to take a pick, which one would you go after? Because anybody who has dealt with an injury.
I'm taking Hendrickson because I still get my
Go ahead.
With the back at that position? Hey, I don't know about you. I done had a knee injury and a back injury.
Out.
Sometimes some back injuries is like once it go.
Trainers that at an extreme high level get and receive. Them boys, you see how Tatum came back, right? I've had those injuries. I've had leg injuries. But with them type of trainers and stuff like that, man, them people go to Walmart, get a new back, and they back playing. So it's the same thing. And with Hendrickson, you don't lose your 2 first-round picks. And with this being a draft full of studs on defense, man, Baltimore got a chance to really be good this year.
Yeah, and I don't know if Corey remember this because we was on here last week, and Corey, I think me, you, and my boy Hendo did a podcast last week. And remember when I laid out the plan where I said I would trade for Crosby, and I was like I would have let go of Sweat and tried to sign Hendrickson. Remember I said that as part of the plan to improve the defense. Baltimore was on the same page I was on because it seemed like they was negotiating with both of them. You know what I'm saying? So you remember y'all was like, wait a minute. So y'all was like, y'all couldn't see it, but I was like, I'm thinking about it from a Bears perspective and as a football guy. But even as a football guy, Baltimore was in sync with me in the way I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? That was the crazy thing. And I literally said that. Then like 3-4 hours later, you hear about the trade of Max Crosby going to the Ravens. I'm like, God damn, you know.
I agree, bro. It's interesting though. Like, I really think the Bears are in a good, tough position right now. Right now, if you can't get Crosby, like I said, just mentioned earlier, I think we just need to focus on the draft and in the free agency, just add more pieces that we need. As long as we got enough room to sign the rookies that's coming in or guys that's coming off the streets. We good. I think we're in a good position. I think Poe's doing a great job right now. I didn't have trust in him, a few years ago. He's building my confidence up as a Bears fan. He's making me trust him way more than I did. If I had to, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, and I actually said the other day, if the Bears were to trade back to get more picks, being that the draft is deep, I wouldn't be mad at it. But if they were to draft the kid from Clemson or the kid from Ohio State, I wouldn't be mad at that either.
And we're gonna go, and later on we're gonna go through some of their breakdowns and their tapes as well, right? But also let me first of all, because I get a lot of the comments and stuff here that's up on YouTube, so people looking at YouTube and commenting, they're gonna come up on the show. But I'm reading some of the comments off of Facebook, right? So I got Cornelius Parks was like, that was a dumb move. The meniscus injury that Crosby had is really nothing. Same person.
Thanks.
He said Hendrickson is more injury prone than Crosby. What you guys think about that statement?
Yeah, he did say that all last year, but like I said, he had time to get well, and we'll just see how it goes. Like you got to think he's gonna be drawing a double team. So if they can fix that defensive tackle situation, another end, they still got Roquan Smith on the mic, and they definitely got to fix that secondary. But we know it wasn't the offense that was blowing games; it was the defense. So let's see how it goes.
Absolutely.
He don't have to worry about getting double teamed no more like he was getting in Cincinnati. That's for sure. He don't have to. The reason why he was getting injured because when you got 4, 5, 6, 7 people in you, You ain't got to worry about that no more in Baltimore when you got all them studs playing with you.
Absolutely. Hoops, if you
Good point,
Hoops,
good point.
Hoops Central on Facebook. If you want to come on, the show, man, click the link. I got the invite to get into the studio up in the comments section. So feel free to hit that. I'll bring you on the show as well, man. But Lack, before I read Hoops' comment in regards, I'm gonna backtrack to basketball real quick because we commented on Bam's 83. And I wanted to get your thoughts about that.
Man, congrats to Bam. I mean, that he a part of history. You know, doing something like that,
Bam.
scoring 83 points. Scoring 83 points is a incredible milestone. He in great company with Wilt and Kobe. You know, so the guy came into the league as a defender and somebody was throwing, and he worked his way and turned himself into an Olympian, a player. He went to the NBA Finals a couple of times. And, now with this on his resume, so he's really building a Hall of Fame resume for himself out of Kentucky.
Okay. And the other question is, I asked because Hoop said Bam's 83 points. Why is everybody hating on it? And do y'all think it's legit? If y'all talk about it, my fault. Okay, Kobe fans are heated as well. Hoop Central is saying on Facebook, right? So
shout out to Hoop Central, man. Shout out to Hoop Central. He knew what he talking about.
I want to get Lax also thing because I asked you already, Corey, and we both answered.
83 is 83.
83 rank. Where does 83 rank in terms of all-time great performances by individual in the NBA?
I mean, you know what I mean? He didn't get 83 against Maryland or they played against North Carolina for a game. The NBA didn't go down and play college. He got 83 against an NBA team. You know what I mean? So that's a phenomenal performance. You know what I mean? So so we're not gonna do that. And Kobe saying something about that 81 or whatever like that, whatever. And so you know what? Somebody's gonna come, probably Ant Edwards gonna end up getting 85 or something like that. So records and stuff like that in these performances, these NBA players, and when you got professional athletes that get hot like Bam got hot and can't miss, and your energy level, not long ago, like 70. So that's what's the name? The process, and then the hooker. That's in Phoenix. Oh no, man, we're not gonna do that.
All right.
Talk that talk, Black. Talk that talk. Flashy road.
Black. I did put it about probably 5-6 greatest all-time performances in league history. I did put it up there. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard, and you know what I'm saying? That's me personally, and it's not hating. But matter of fact, look, like I said, Hoops got another question here, but hey, we got to bounce back to football for a second, okay? We'll come back to that, Hoops, on Facebook. But should the Bears be back on the Max Crosby train after the trade was rescinded? And I want to start.
Do y'all think the Bears need Max Crosby?
I want to start with Lack first because it was his team that grabbed the man and then gave him back.
That's my question to y'all because both of you guys are football aficionados, and I like football, and I just know just based off being a competitor and a pro what it's like. But do y'all think the Bears need Max Crosby? Is Max Crosby a necessity for the Chicago Bears?
Well, I was trying to see. Well, I'm gonna let Corey answer that one first. Something like that.
If we get him, it'd be like if you had to get a grade, it'd be A plus. If we didn't get him, we still would be at an A or a B because we still got the draft in front of us, and we still can add more pieces, especially rotating pieces, depending on how Dennis Allen wanted the defense set up. But other than that, if we get him, I'm with it. If not, hey, impose we trust, big trust.
Let me answer that for you directly. And that's an emphatic yes. And let me explain why. You got Jordan Love, you got Jared Goff, and from what the rumors I'm hearing, you're finna have Kyler Murray in the same division. Okay. You're gonna need some pass rushers. You're gonna need people to set the edge and keep these quarterbacks in the pocket and
Hey, let
generate
me ask
a
you
lot of
before you go
pressure.
further. LeVar, do you believe if we get the right defensive tackle that Sweat and Booker could possibly eat?
Book whoo, I'm iffy on that one because as much as I want to put it on defensive line, I would say it's more about linebackers filling their gaps. Like I seen linebackers try to hide behind defensive tackles to pop free to avoid get blocked or taking on blockers. That's what I kind of got mainly from Tremaine Edmonds last year. So that's one part of it. So I'm curious to see how the linebacker position is if it's going to be played at a more physical and downhill rate this year. And remember, I said it as soon as the season over with, I said we got to improve at linebacker. It's like we need to get faster and improve at linebacker, right? But if you add a Max Crosby at 100%, he's just as much of a game wrecker and game changer as Micah Parsons is. And with that being said,
Actually, before you go further,
and with that being said,
hold on,
with that
because
being said,
I gotta go. But thanks for bringing me on.
okay.
Hopefully you can load up on I'm trying to tune in later on tonight.
I had another thing I wanted to go across, but we'll get to that probably either later or next week because unless you got about 5 minutes right now.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, so hold on. Before I go any further, they got this one thing, right? And I'm gonna bring it up on screen real quick. All right, because it's like, where should we go in terms of who to sign and stuff like that? So what I've actually found is, I don't know if you guys can see it or not.
No.
All right, hang on, give me 1 second. It should pop up. It should pop up, right? But you see it now?
It's small, but I get the logistics of it.
Okay, so right now it's like if you're looking for a pass rusher and we sent and people free agents that's available, who's making trend, who's trending, where and where you can get players at, and go down to edge rusher or if I go down to edge rusher or defensive end, they're gonna let me know everything I need to know about a player who's available and so on, right? And you got some good names out here that's still available, man. You got what's his name? You got Bradley Chum.
So
matter of fact, I take that back.
Because I gotta go, Bob.
Just signed with the Buffalo Bills.
I gotta go. I wish we could have got him. He would have been one on my list. But right now,
yeah,
whatever direction Pose goes in, and like I said, he's putting rotation guys together, guys that can be able to bring the drama and in practice and in training camp, try to fight for those spots. I'm with it. But I'll catch you later on tonight. I'm still gonna be tuned in.
We'll do, man.
Okay,
all right, got you. All right, like it's just me and you, bro. So I understand you going to. I want to backtrack then because I was bringing up some stuff in terms of what they should have done, and I know you're more of an NBA college basketball guy. So one thing I wanted to bring up was what Hoop said on Facebook. Where is Wemby in the NBA? Where is Wemby, Victor Wembanyama in the MVP race? Because the tear he's going on is crazy.
I think right now you got to look at Cade. You're going to have to look at number 2. Well, Shaedon put itself back into contention. You got Cade.
Okay.
Where's Wemby at? I would say Wemby is hovering around 3. But Cade Cunningham has been leading a lot this year. Shea, with what he's been doing lately, just really carrying and making sure that OKC maintain their best record in the entire NBA. And then Wemby, I would say he's around 3. I would say Cade, Shea, Wemby right now. It was another person before Shea got back into it.
I want to make sure you say Cade Cunningham, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and Wembanyama. For the top 3 MVP spots, right?
I would say those are the top 3 MVP spots as of right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody before Shea got back into it. Who else was the MVP? I mean, Joker's always, but Denver is kind of like digressed a little bit and everything. But I would say as of today, Ant is always interesting. I don't know if Ant will win MVP, but I think in the playoffs, Ant is going to be dangerous. I mean, Luka's not MVP, but he's all NBA performer. But if I go 3, Cade, Shea, Wemby.
Okay, so we not putting the Joker up there, or is it because I think you got to play at least 65 games to qualify for the MVP or any award this year?
And even when Joker plays, he's playing phenomenal. That's the Joker. Like he's like.
Look at that. I think he hit.
But they dropped some games, and then on the other side, when you look at Wemby, my boy from Detroit, Cade. When you look at Wemby, Cade, and Shea, they're putting those numbers up and winning, whereas Joker's putting those numbers and losing. And so the NBA rewards winning. I'm a winning guy. I value winning over numbers all day, and so I just got to go with those 3 because they're winning.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just want to make sure on some of these things, man. So, all right. That's pretty much all I got wrapped up for the show right now, man. To be honest with you. Of course, I got another show coming on tonight, man, live and direct. Be sure to tune in. There's going to be more women and stuff coming on to that show, so it's going to be off the chain. I gotta admit. Huh?
Talking about free agency in the NFL?
Yeah, no, we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that. We was gonna go more into the Bears context of it, but Corey had to go. I know you're going to the Big Ten. You're going to the Big Ten conference play, right?
Started yesterday, kicked off. Maryland beat Oregon. Game last night, the nightcap game, Northwestern beat Penn State. You know what I mean? So, now the Wildcats face the Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana needs this win. But I do think that matchup-wise, Northwestern basketball is about matchups.
Absolutely.
And Northwestern match up with Indiana will. And I believe that Northwestern can potentially pull this upset up. And then in the nightcap game, it's Rutgers against Iowa, which Iowa also needs to win this game just to stay, just to help themselves when it comes Sunday for the committee to select the tournament. The bracket's on Sunday. Iowa don't need to lose in the first round of the Big Ten tournament against Rutgers, and Indiana really can't afford to lose to a 15 and 18 Northwestern team. So you got 2 games in these nightcaps where it's must win. Like I said, I think Northwestern is gonna pull off the upset, but if Indiana win, they came ready and they know what's at stake. But we'll see.
Okay. Man, what you got coming up in the future, man? We got, what I'm saying, kicking it back off. I must admit, Lack tried to put me on StreamYard years ago, and I dropped the ball big time on it. I did.
Yeah, nah.
But I kind
Locker room talk with your Timmy. Got some stuff coming up. With Sharon Collins, we getting some things nailed down. Jerome Randall, who was just won the one-on-one like streamer tournament and put on a great performance. It went viral, so I'm gonna try to get him in a. Just with me, it's more scheduling than anything because of my own responsibilities and these new levels of just leadership that I'm in. So I like just the way Corey and yourself is really managing and really getting the ball back rolling. And anytime I can swing through, with my boy Ooch as well, is always great to just hear perspectives. And nobody do it better when Let's Talk About It Shies together. We the best at it, and we help formulate and motivate a lot of these guys that's doing it now. We help motivate them to get there. So it is going to be awesome with what the future holds.
And what most people don't realize is we was off into podcasting way before a lot of people started getting off into it, right? And I always say you cannot beat the originators. With the Live and Direct show tonight. And I understand you busy tonight. I understand you got other prior engagements, okay? But tonight is a must tune in. I got Voss Top 5. I got the whiteboard. And I have a topic so triggering, so controversial. All I ask is whoever participates in the show and joins in, let's keep it respectful and be mature adults when we discuss this, because it is it could be earth shattering. That's all I can say. Wow. I don't want to give away too much, but I got it. I got it together, man. I'm just waiting. The time can't get here fast enough. But hey, Corey said he had to go, man. But you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, I got to get ready to get out of here because I got to, kind of on a tight schedule. Hey, let's fireworks. I'm ready to, even if I miss it, on my rewatch, I'm ready to LMAO. And hey, I know when it comes to you and that whiteboard,
so you can always watch it on YouTube. You can always be watching on YouTube.
Oh my goodness, I'm ready to laugh so hard. All right, hey, tonight, back to action. Y'all tune in.
All right, got you. Hey, with that being said, hey, I got to close out this part of the show, man. But Let's Talk About It Sports show, man. I'm glad to my guests, Corey C.L. Crockett and Tim Young, for jumping on, man. Hopefully next week we have some more guests that could pop on, man, and we expand this talk a little bit. It might be a little bit more NBA heavy and kicking off baseball and stuff like that. We're going to try to cover a lot more sports in this process this go round. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna catch you guys next week. Be on the lookout for the future reaction videos. They're gonna probably be pre-recorded. We're not gonna go live with those, but be on the lookout for our future live shows and our reaction videos that we post out coming soon. But with that being said, man, you guys have a good night. Catch you later.